Hello everyone, I'm back in my Hydra Base toy box along with Steve Rogers, and today I'm going to build the 3 outposts surrounding the central mountain, and we're going to begin over on this corner of the toy box. And this is with the power generators over there, and again that's our reference point. So let me spin the camera around here. So we are on this end of the toy box, on this corner. And we're going to begin with a small terrain block. We're going to put this right on the corner like this. We're going to put a row of 4 of these down like that. Let me pull up my screenshot here so I make sure I get this right. Alright, and then we'll go to the left to our cliff pieces. And at this point we're going to build the perimeter of this. So we'll start with this one. Put this one in. And a cliff corner. And then we're going to have kind of a little canyon area in here. Like this. I just thought it'd be kind of cool if the entrance for this area was a little bit hidden. And that's what the purpose of this is. And then we get to this point and we're going to put in our cave cliff. And this little half cliff. Like that. So we've got a little bit of a cave area. You come in there and that actually leads into this canyon here. And this piece actually, let's take that out because that's the wrong piece. I want the climbing cliff in here because that's how a ground-based character is going to get up onto the top of this. And then our first outpost will go up here. So we go up to Building Sets Group 6, and we're going to use the Dunbrock Tower. And this is going to sit right on the seam like that, just like you see here. And we're going to put them 2 high. And then to provide a way to get up there, we'll use the tall ladder like that. Alright, so there is our first outpost. Now the second outpost is accessed from the ground by this climbing cliff that's over here. And you climb up on top of this, and then there's a bridge that goes across to the next outpost. And the bridge for this is up under the platforming toys. It's this wooden bridge platform. This is what we're going to use. And we're going to put this on the 3rd one of these. So we have 1, 2, 3, and we're going to sit it right here off the edge of that block, just like that. And then we're going to go pick up the long wooden bridge, which is the longest one we've got. And we're going to put in 1, 2, 3, followed by this medium-sized one, and then the other end of the bridge, like that. So that's our bridge to get over to this. And then just to get back to this part of the editor quickly, we'll pick this piece up and put it down. Come over here and spin this around. And this one is going to sit up against the edge of this bridge just like that. And let me place it and back away so you can see it a little bit better. So that is how the bridge is going to connect to this other piece. And the placement of this does matter. because as much as I would love to slide this over a little bit, all the plants and everything we're going to put around this later have to line up. All right, so with that placed, it's probably going to be easier. Come over here, let's pick this piece up and put it down, which gets us back to this part of the drawer. And we're going to place one of these down like this, and one of these kind of kitty corner to that piece up against the edge of the terrain. And again, the power generators are over there. And then at this point, we can go ahead and pick this up, put it down, and build the perimeter of this with the cliff edges, which will give us a nice finishing edge to this mesa here. And again, you can see we're only using a limited number of pieces, which saves us a lot of memory. And even these limited number of pieces, though, give us a lot of detail on these mesas. So it looks really good. You don't have to use every possible piece of terrain in your toy box to have something that looks pretty good. And by the time you cover up the front of those things along the bottom with plants and that sort of thing, you're really not going to notice the fact that you're using the same dozen or so terrain pieces everywhere. All right, back up to building sets group 6, and let's build this outpost. And we'll start with this corner tower piece. We're going to place this, let's see, we want the corner of it looking like that. And we want to line this up. Let me grab my screenshot here. Right like you see it here, and half a block, one little nudge back. All right. And then we'll come over to the castle wall. And this piece has to line up with that. And we're going to put 3 of these across. And while we've got this piece selected, let's go ahead and put in 2 of those. That just saves us a little bit of time. And then that piece sits in that corner. This one sits out here. We got one more right over here like that. And then we'll put in, don't really have room for the big gate, so we'll put in this archway. And just so this isn't repetitive, we'll flip that around. So when you're looking through there, in the interior of the arch, it doesn't look repetitive. So there's our second outpost, and that's a little bit more detailed than just the tower over there, but you don't want all these to look the same. One last thing we need is a way to get up on top of those walls. And there's a stair piece for that. We'll put one on either side. There we go. All right, so there is that. And we'll pick this piece up and put it down, and we're going to go grab this very large terrain block, and for our third outpost, we're going to put this big block on this back corner like this. And again, the power generator is over there. Oops, over there. I'm going to put one of these on this corner, one of these on this corner, and this is going to be a very large outpost. So that's why we're doing that. And then once again, let's come over here and pick up this cliff piece. And then we'll need a climbing cliff for ground-based characters to get up here. And then we'll just fit the cliff pieces around the perimeter of this. So this is a pretty easy build. There's not really a lot to it. We're actually going to finish the build next time. So even though this is a rather large toy box, the build is pretty easy. It's not that complicated. Alright, so there is our mesa for the third outpost. And we'll begin on this back corner here. And I'm going to go ahead and place the first couple of plants here just so I have some spacers on this thing, so I can see exactly where I got to place this tower. I'm not going to style these today, but place the first one like this. This next one is going to sit, let's see, get zoomed in here a little bit closer. Alright, same piece actually. We're going to put this one like this, half a block over like that. And with those two pieces in place, I can now put the tower in. So this is going to sit right on the edge of that, centered on the edge of that last plant there, with the corner of the tower like that. Okay. And then go back to our castle wall. Again, we want to put this with the taller edge of the wall facing outward, because that's where the defenders would be hiding behind. I'm going to put 4 of these across. And then in this direction, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then our next corner. So that'll sit in there like that. This one will sit on this corner like that. One, 2, 3, 4. We're going to have one sitting over here, one sitting there. Actually, while we're right here, let's put this gate in. And then our final corner tower. And this outpost is a little bit bigger even still than the previous one. Alright, our tall ladder. And we'll put one on the other side as well. There we go. And then back up to the platforming toys. We're going to center this on this piece right here like that. And then grab the middle size piece, followed by that one, and then the tower in the middle. Make sure that's centered. I think we need 2 of these. Yep. So like that. And there is that outpost. So that's pretty nice. So they get a little bit bigger here. We started with a tower, then a little bit bigger outpost, and then another one. Alright. Let's go ahead and pick this piece up and put it down. We're going to do one more little cliff area. And we're going to use this piece. We're going to put this on the edge of here, and I think before I do that, let me put a couple of spacers down. So the last block on the corner over here, we're actually going on this block next to it, right on the seam. And I'm going to start with one halfway off, and then another smaller one, and one more spacer, which will be this guy, again sitting right on that seam. And then we'll put two of these like that. I'll go ahead and remove these. And this is not an outpost per se. My original idea for this little area over here was kind of like a sniper's nest, with a couple of cannons up here that would be shooting at the player as they drove past on the motorcycle. That was my idea for this for this little area, but I ran out of memory. Hate when that happens. But I just didn't have enough memory to do that. So if some of you are on PS4s or consoles that have a little bit more memory and you'd like to do that, go for it. So the idea is that the road was going to pass a little bit closer to the cliff than I'm actually going to make it. And I was going to place a couple of those cannons like we're towing behind the motor vehicle up here, maybe a missile launcher or something. So as you drove by, it would be shooting after you. And then to get up here, you'd climb the back of this, and you could take those out. So it's just another little area to battle and explore. But again, I ran out of memory and didn't do anything with it. But I left it because it breaks up all the trees that are going to be over on this side of the property. So having another rocky area over here was a good thing. Well, that's it for today. Next time, I'll finish the build exercise by adding all the trees and a few guard posts along the road. Before you go, please hit the like button and leave a comment to let me know if you're building this toy box along with me, or to just say hi. As always, I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet by clicking my photo in the lower right corner of this video. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care.